welcome to Legacy IAS. We'll be continuing with our chapter of cubes and dices. Okay, so till now what we have covered in the first one, we did the introduction part of it. Okay, we learned about how you see cubes, okay, what kind of questions are asked, all that. Then we did derive the basic formulas that are there to count the number of particular type of smaller cubes. If you have not seen them, please see them. We'll be moving forward from this. Then we did also some PYQs with it, whatever came from that particular part. Now today what our aim is to go little farther or little further and do some more advanced understanding based topics, as well as some advanced questions that have come post 2023, starting from 2023. So till 2022 you can solve all the questions just by that, by doing those two videos. After that, the more understanding that you need, that I'll be giving you today and in next video. Okay, so let's get started. So what we have to see today is number of cuts. So basically just understand it very simply. For example, let's say I have a chocolate. I have a chocolate like this. Okay. Now, two of you come to me and say, sir, we also want equal chocolate as you. So what I have to do? I have to divide this chocolate into three parts. Correct? Into three parts I have to divide. How many cuts do I need to make? How many cuts do I need to make? I need to make only 2 cuts. If I make 2 cuts, I divide it into 3 equal parts. Correct? Similarly, if I take a bigger chocolate and then I have to, let's say, divide it into 5 people, then how many cuts do I need to make? 5 pieces. So this was fine. 2 cuts and 1, 2, 3 pieces. Similarly, I will make 5 cuts. I have to divide it into 6 pieces, so I will make 5 cuts. See, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. How many pieces did I get? Let me move this, make this more equal. Yeah. How many pieces did I get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And how many cuts did I make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically, one thing that you must be getting is that number of cuts required is equals to number of pieces minus 1. This is the number of cuts required. Simply number of pieces minus 1. Okay, so if I want 3 pieces, how many cuts will I require? 3 minus 1, that is 2. Similarly, if I want 6 pieces, how many cuts I require? 6 minus 1, 5. Like this. Understood? Now, once you get this, now this is for 1D, 2D objects. Now, when we are dealing with 3D objects, for example, if I am trying to cut a cube, this is a larger cube that I am trying to cut. This is a larger cube that I am trying to cut. Now, how many cuts do I need to make this into 1 centimeter cube smaller cubes? How many cuts do I need to make? Now see, if you buy a piece of, let's say, butterscotch ice cream, okay, brick you buy. Now see, how many cuts do I need to make to get it into cube form? So first is this cut. Can you feel this? I'm cutting this, one slice is falling, cutting this, one slice is falling, like that. So you have to first cut like this. Other way, that still what you're getting slices, correct? Rectangular slices you're getting, sort of. Then after this, I cut it in this direction also. What I get? If I cut in this direction also, what I'll get? I will get small sticks, correct? I will get small sticks of butterscotch, but still it is not cube. Then I need to make this cuts also. Then what I'll get? I'll get a cube. You understand? First this cut, then this cut, and then these cuts. Understood? So these are the 3 cuts that if I'll make, I will eventually get to cubes or smaller cubes. That will be after I make 3 kinds of cuts, correct? Horizontally, vertically and depth wise. Okay, when I make these 3 kinds of cut, then I will get smaller cubes. Now what you need to do, you need to always think in terms of one dimension. Okay, for example, There's a big cube. Big cube. Let me give you the area also. That is of, sorry, volume. 125 centimeter cube volume. So this is the volume of the big cube. Now it has to be cut into cubes of 1 centimeter cube. 1 centimeter cubes I want. Now how many cuts do I need? Minimum. How many cuts are needed? How many cuts are needed? Now see what I have to do. So basically, if I have to cut this 125 centimeter cube into 1 centimeter cube, now 125 centimeter cube, how does it look? It looks something like this. For example, let's say if this is it, let me make it like more like a cube. So this is a cube. That means for 125 centimeter cube, it will be 5, 5 and 5. Correct? Because volume of cube is length into breadth into height. So 5, 5, 5 multiplied 3 times gives you what? 125 centimeter cube. Now you get this. Now can you see in this length side how many pieces do I want? How many pieces do I want? I want to have 1 centimeter cube. Correct? 1 centimeter cube, small cubes. So basically I want not of this 5 length, I want it to be 1 length. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Correct? Can you see 5 pieces of 1 centimeter length? Can you see it? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of 1 centimeter length. Correct? Now how many cuts you require? 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically in one direction you required 4 cuts. Let's say this was along the length. Then let's see along the breadth. Let's see along the breadth. Along the breadth, how many cuts do you need to make? How many cuts along the breadth? Again, if you go, this is let's say breadth. Again, I want not 5 centimeter. I want 1 centimeter. So again, 5 pieces of 1 centimeter. So again, how many cuts? 1, 2, 3, 4. So similarly, 4 cuts in this direction also. Similarly, in the depth direction also, you will require 4 cuts. In total, what is the minimum number of cuts you require? What is the minimum number? 4 plus 4 plus 4. What do you get? 4 plus 4 plus 4, 12 cuts. Now I can also tell you 4 into 3, but I am not telling you because sometimes instead of cube, you may get cuboid. And then these will be different because length will be different, breadth will be different, correct? So these values will be different. So eventually you get to 12 cuts. Always think in terms of one direction, then the second direction, then the third direction, add all of them. That is the minimum number of cuts you would require. Understood how you make cuts? Okay. Now let's do some PYQs. Let's do this fairly easy. It says, what is the least number of cuts required to cut a cube into 64 identical smaller pieces? What it says? 64, cut a cube into 64 identical smaller pieces. Now, (64) smaller pieces. Now, see, usually you understand it like the cube volume is 64 cubic centimeter square cube. But the thing is that the cube may be of any length. If you want to break it into 64 equal parts, you still can, correct? Instead of being 1 centimeter cube, it may be 1.2, 1.1, does not matter. You just want same size, correct? So ultimately, it is asking you least number of cuts required to make 64 identical pieces. Now, 64 means what? 64 pieces. That means 4 into 4 into 4. Correct? So this would be the size of the cube. 4 into 4 into 4. Now, in each dimension, how many cuts will you require? In the first dimension, how many cuts? Just one less. Correct? Number of cuts is number of pieces minus 1. So in this direction you want 4 pieces, in that direction you want 4 pieces, and then in the depth direction you want 4 pieces. So in this direction 4 pieces, how many cuts? 1 less, so 3 Then similarly here also 3. Similarly for this also, how many cuts you will require? 3. That means if I make 3 cuts like this, 3 cuts like this, and then 3 cuts like this, what I'll get? I will get 64 small cubes. So how many cuts in total? 3 plus 3 plus 3, that is 9. So answer becomes 9. Understood? For 125 we did, 64 we did. What we can also try? Try this. If I have to cut into 216 smaller pieces, same pattern. Can you find it? 216 smaller pieces. Then what you will do? Now you understand the pattern. How you get to 116 smaller pieces? You want minimum cuts. So minimum cuts when you will get? When you will have 6 cubes on the length side, then on the breadth side, then on the depth side. So this is 6 into 6 into 6. Now how many cuts do I need here? For the length side 5 cuts, for the breadth side 5 cuts, and for the height side 5 cuts. So 5 plus 5 plus 5 is equals to 15 cuts. This is the minimum number of cuts required to cut any large cube into 216 smaller cubes. Understood? So this is how you do it. Now, in the next video, you will also see the mixed type of questions when we are dealing with cuboids. Right now, we have only seen cubes. The next lecture is very important, okay? Bit difficult also. That will be about cuboids. Same concepts will be applied. So if you have not seen these videos, or if you have seen them, just learn them properly, because in the next one we'll be extrapolating this to get to the cuboids. That's it for this one. Thank you.